Hello, everybody. Today, we're going to see this physics problem that is about a car that travels in 1.5 per 10 to the 1 elevate to 1 seconds. The distance of 0.5 dam, that is decameters, between 2 points. What is the velocity of the car in miles per hour? After that, it changed its velocity to a final value of 30 kilometers over hour, and the change took 0.4 minutes. What is the acceleration of the car in feet over square seconds? This would be an acceleration. This problem is mostly of conversion because we have seconds, decameters, kilometers over hour, minutes, and feet over square seconds. So first of all, we should start by seeing this and this. These are the first part of the problem that we have to convert into miles per hour. First of all, we are going to see the decameters and convert to meters. We know that 1 decameter would be the same as 10 meters. So the conversion is like a rule of three. We have 0.5 dam. It's the same to, this would be x, and to do this, we have to multiply this by this, and after that, we are going to divide it with this. That would be necessary because this is 1, so it cancels, and this would be 5 meters. We have the first value, that is 5 meters, but that's not everything. We have to see for the velocity. We know that velocity is the formula is velocity is the same as distance over time. So we have to convert this we already convert this to meters, so we can use it with seconds for an easy work. You know, this is 15 seconds because the dot moves 1 to here because it's elevated to the first power. So this would be 5 seconds. Here we have, well, here we should have the first values that we need to solve this. So velocity would be, this will be the distance. So 5 over 15. That would be 0.3 meters over second. Here we have the first important value. So we're going to write it right here because this will be important, and erase this stuff that we really don't need it anymore. Sorry, erase the problem. Okay, let's continue. Now we return to the blue color and continue with this. We already have the velocity, but it asks us for miles per hour. For this, we have to convert this, and for it's the same, a rule of three. So we have that 1 meter over second is the same as 2.230, sorry, 237 miles per hour. So 0.3 would be the same as rule of three multiplied and divided. Yeah, would be the same as 0.671 mile per hour. We have the first thing that asked for us, so we write it down here. 0.671 mile per hour. And we mark it with this to know that this is the first result that asked for us. Again, we can erase this stuff that we don't need anymore. with not boring, with not raising the problem, sorry, and return to the problem. After this, it says that it changed its velocity to a final value of 30 kilometers over hour or per hour. We also have to change this into miles per hour because we're working with miles per hour. So it's the same, a rule of three. All the problem are pure rule of three. So there wouldn't be any problem. So we have that 1 kilometer over hour is the same as 0.621 miles per hour. So 30 would be 18.6,411 miles per hour. We have to apart this because it's an important value again, and it is 80.6411, sorry, mile per hour. Okay, we erase this because we don't need it anymore, and change again the this value that is 0.4 minutes. We have to change it into hours because we're working with hours. It's like the thing that it says in the kindergarten that apples with apples, pears with pears. We have to work with the same measurement. So if we have minutes, we have to change it in hours if we're working with hours. So we have to change it again. We know that 1 minute is the same as 0.0167 hours. So 0.4 would be 0.006 hours. It's a really small value, but that's not a problem. We apart that number right here, 0.006 hours, because it's another important value. And we erase this stuff. Be careful to not erase the problem again. And return to the same stuff. It asks us for the acceleration. What's acceleration? The change of velocity in a specific time. So we have to know the formula. Acceleration is the same as final velocity minus the original velocity over time. That is it. So this would be the same. We change values to final velocity. We said that was 80.6411 miles per hour. So 80.6411 minus 0.671 miles per hour. It's a really big acceleration in a really short time. So it's a little bit dangerous. Don't try this at home. 6 hours. This would be the time, the final velocity, and the original velocity. We solve the problem, and the result would be 2,995.01 miles over square hours. Remember, a square, when it's acceleration, it's a square, like this and this. Don't forget the square. So we apart the same value right here. I do this for better comfortable, because if I forgot a problem, if I forgot a value, I don't want to repeat everything. Trust me, this is a lifesaver. For not getting confused, we're going to add an I and our square hours. Ready. We are almost there. We again, with not tracing the problem, we sure erase this stuff, and we're almost done. We return to the our pencil, and let's continue. We already had the time. We changed the velocity. We changed the another time, and we're getting right into it. The only missing thing is to change this into this. Again, the rule of three is a lifesaver. It's the most easiest thing you will ever see and the most useful thing. Again, we have 1 mile over a square hour. That is the same as 0.0004 is the feet over a square second. This would be the same as 4.01234 per 10 to the minus 4. This would be the same. So let's continue. We have to change this. So we put 2,995.01, the same as what we multiplied and we divide. And this will be 12.22 feet over square seconds. Remember, a square, if we're talking about acceleration, add the square to the time. If it doesn't have the square, this would be velocity, not acceleration. And now we're needing the acceleration. And this would be the final thing. We already moved everything, we changed everything. And now we're just going to write it down here for we don't forget it. Over square seconds. Don't forget it. Acceleration is a square second. We can erase this stuff. And this other stuff for finally finishing the problem. We already know that the original velocity, sorry, I'm looking for my color and my pencil. Ready? Well, let's change the color for the result. So it asks us for the velocity, original velocity, that is 0.671 miles per hour, right here. And its acceleration in feet over square seconds. And this would be 12.22 feet over square seconds. Don't forget the square. If it doesn't have the square, it is velocity, not acceleration, and we need acceleration. So this would be the results. And that would be everything. You already know how to solve this problem. I hope that you did understand. I think that it's really a really easy problem. You shouldn't have any trouble with this. It's just rule of three. Well, let's write it good. Rule of three, that is multiplying and divide. That would be everything. Don't forget it. It's too easy. So this would be everything. I'm Eric Velasquez. Goodbye.